Hi, welcome to Cannabis Rosin Crafts. This uh, this episode is going to be about making ointment. This is a 2-to-1 ointment, THC and CBD. This is the formula. We'll have a copy of this in the links below. The ingredients you're going to need is one big bowl. Doesn't have to be glass, but I like glass. Some ointment. I'm using the Aquaphor baby ointment. That's the one I like. And then some rosin. So this channel is mostly about people who make their own rosin. So this is the rosin. So we got 2 THC rosins. Each one of these contain a gram of THC. So it's 2 grams of THC. We'll talk about that as we get into it. And this is a gram of CBD. You're going to need some spatulas. 2. I have a small and large spatula of these kind. A scissor. A small spatula, maybe if needed, but just have it. And this metal picking tool for rosin to help get it out of the containers. And about 7 of these ointment jars. These are 2-ounce ointment jars. A lot of these things you can get online, whatever. There'll be links below for that. So let's get started. So I'm going to take a little bit of this Aquaphor here. This is a brand new jar. This is a 14-ounce jar, 396 grams. We're going to open this up. There it goes. And let's get some of that ointment off of there. I'm going to open this seal up and try to get this ointment off the top here. You're going to want to put about a tablespoon of ointment in your bowl. You want to start with a very small amount. So maybe about a tablespoon. So I'm going to have that going. I'm just going to take a little bit. You don't have to measure it out or anything because you're going to be using this whole container. And it's already pre-weighed. I've weighed these out before. This company here is pretty exact. So then you can take your rosin. Happens to be the CBD one first. So if you're growing your own rosin or your own plants and you make your own rosin, I like to make a bunch and then decarboxylate it so that it's ready for use. The trick with these, I find, is you keep them in the refrigerator so they cure a little bit, but then just pop them in the freezer just for like 5 minutes before you can use it, and you kind of like squish it like this to get the rosin out of the silicone cup. There it goes. And it kind of forms a little ball. And you take this is where this little tool comes in handy. And you can kind of pick it out of there. And you can see you can get all the rosin out. So that's one. That's the CBD, as I said. And I got these 2 THC ones. And I'm very particular about labeling. So, every time I make something, I label it. Like this one says decarboxylated rosin from cured flower, and it has the name of the strain on it and when I made this. Here's the other one. So it looks like this. And now I have these 3 lumps in here. As you can see that maybe? Yeah, 3 lumps. And this is the trickiest part right here, is you just want to keep working this until it's fully incorporated. You can see it's all like almost like a mud in here. It's nice and evenly incorporated. And now I'm going to be taking my ointment, take about equal parts almost. So another big scoop. Mix that in really good. This is called geometric titration, where you're slowly incorporating things evenly. kind of like what you might do in cooking. Some people call it the parts of 5, like so you're constantly doubling until it's complete. Usually it takes 5 times. So now I'm going to double again. Take a pretty big piece that time. Like again, it doesn't have to be like perfectly weighed out. You're going to be using the whole thing. You just want, especially in the beginning here, is to incorporate it well. So we keep going. So this channel again is mostly for people who make their own rosin, and maybe, you know, maybe they smoke it or whatever. But this channel is going to be a lot geared towards how to make things with your rosin. So this video is topical ointment. But we'll talk about other things in other videos. Capsules and oral liquids, and then maybe some fun things too. Like nano liquids. So, okay, so this is going pretty well. I'm going to take another big scoop. I'm doubling it again. Now, I like to use the 2-to-1 ratio of THC to CBD. I've been making this for a while now, and a lot of people have been trying it, and this is what a lot of companies make commercially out there. But the CBD is good for you know, nerve pain, and so is the THC. And a lot of times this this topical THC and CBD, it's not really absorbed systemically so much, so people don't really get a high off of it. So it's nice locally. It's good for you know, sore joints, sore muscles. I've had some people use it on like dark spots on their skin. But mostly, yeah, knees and shoulders and back of the neck. All right, so this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna just let you look at it. I'm gonna take another scoop. Again, I'm using this whole thing, so I know I'm kind of like getting a little bit of my product in the jar there. But here we go. That's why I like to have 2 spatulas. I'm gonna start using this other one. Okay. Let's see if we can get the rest of it out now. This is a pretty easy product to make too. And we'll have other videos on if you need it. If you're already making your own rosin, you already know how to do it. But I'll just show you how I do it in other videos. And it's so much cheaper. This product here, as far as cost, it works out to be about $5 per 2-ounce jar, where commercially they sell this anywhere between probably $30 and $40. So it can be a lot cheaper to make your own. A little messy though. All right, so let's mix that real good. We're almost done with this. It's kind of like making icing almost, right? On a cake. That could be a fun thing to do with rosin. Oof. I think we're ready for jars now. Yeah. Let me show you what this looks like. There it is. All right. So let's put that in a jar. So here's a technique for jars that I use. Let me get this spatula nice and clean and even. All right. So what you want to do here is take a jar. You're going to open it up. And sometimes they have these little like cosmetic lids in there. I usually save those. But you want to take a bit like this. You kind of want to go right in the center. Try not to hit the edges. And then push it towards the sides in there, just like that. You want to like get all the air pockets. You see I'm filling it like that. Yep, you want to get like pretty full. You don't want to even it off. And I usually take a little piece of paper towel just to clean up the edges. Like that. Just going to take my other one. Just make sure it's nice and even. Like that. And use a cosmetic lid. It's going to stick to the top a little bit, but people know it's, you know, fresh that way. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to put my cap on. There it is. And then labeling. So you want to make, it's very important to label your products, right? So then people, you know what it is. Others, if you're giving it away, they know what it is. If it's sitting around for a while. And so here's a sample label that I use. I just print them out on a sheet of paper like this. I cut one out, and I'm going to take a piece of tape, and I'm going to tape it right on the jar like that. All right, so that concludes the 2-to-1 ointment. Again, the formula is in the links, and made 7 jars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there was a little bit left over, probably because I didn't fill these all the way, or these jars are just a little bit off. But not a big deal. I guess you could get 7.5 jars. So again, there it is, nice and labeled up. And the label says cured rosin 2-to-1 topical ointment, 2 ounces. And if you're just making it for yourself, you could just put it all back in the original container and put a label on it. So people, if they're in your house, whatever, they're not slapping on this Aquaphor when they don't know what it really is. All right, well, thank you for watching. And if you like the video, give it a like. And we'll see you in another video sometime.